every day I come out, I'm trying to do it. I'm hoping this year is my best year. That's a prediction, and I'm not for that. I'm into doing the work. Is the process going to be right? I'm going to work my expletive off to get it right. Our quarterback, Dan Orlovsky, joining us now. At 44 years old, is it possible this could be his best season ever, Dan?
Absolutely, and because the pieces that remain intact with them having so much success last year are there and then some. You know, they did all that last year, and Tom Brady threw for 50 touchdowns, and that was without a guy like O.J. Howard, who got hurt and tore his ACL. Who's an ex-first-round pick that is super talented. They've got to figure out a way to use him. That was out without AB being a part of their football team for the whole offseason and in the season. How do they integrate AB a little bit more that he's a full part of their offense now? Gio Bernard, a pass-catching tailback. And I think Tom Brady is this guy that I've often said this quote, motivation is fleeting, give me habits. He is just so obsessed with his habits. I could see Tom Brady having another big season, a better season than he did last year because their offensive line's intact. Now he just gets to go to the line of scrimmage and completely do whatever he wants, and he'll be kept upright. He won't deal with the MCL tear. So I think Tom Brady's going to have another monster season.
It is possible. It's possible he could have his best season from a certain point of view. I would remind people, like, you take Michael Jordan, the GOAT of all GOATs, right? There are some people who could argue that actually he was a more well-rounded, complete player when they won 72 games and the championship with Pippen and Horace Grant and everything. But I just have news for everyone. Yes, he was more complete. He won as good as he was in his prime. In the first three-peat, like when he was in his first playoff series, averaging like 40 and whatever, you know. Like that dude was just different. And I'll say about Tom Brady, though, we don't usually think of him as physically dominating the way we think of some other GOATs or some of the greatest players ever. He is in a great situation for all the reasons you said, Dan. By the way, he has an offensive line. They drafted guys last year. They built it up. This is without Antonio Brown for a lot of last season. You bring up O.J. Howard. People forget. Yes, he was like, well, he's kind of a well-rounded tight end. He's going to block. He's going to do this. He's not known primarily as a spectacular pass catcher, but it's not like he wasn't supposed to cast pass catches, and there's a lot of room for growth there, even at that position. Right. They return all 22 starters.
That is the most unbelievable part from the Super Bowl.
It's bananas. Two things. That 06-07 Patriots team that went undefeated. They didn't win the Super Bowl. That went undefeated, though, with Randy Moss. And that Tom Brady, in terms of you just got to pluck a guy out and say, oh, my God, that guy was unstoppable. It's tough to beat that guy. And then the second thing is, guys, I hate to bring it up, but one of these days, he's going to have to get old. It's going to have to happen. You know, it's going to have to happen, right?
You banking on it? I'm not banking on it.
I obviously can no longer bank on it. I will say this. Father Time is undefeated. I thought Bernard Hopkins once upon a time fought him to a draw, and I was wrong. When Hopkins was like 50-51, he got knocked out of the ring by Joe Smith and knocked out. Eventually, Father Time comes from everyone, even if it seems like Tom Brady is way up on points at the moment.
Now, I agree with both of you guys. I agree with you, Dan. I agree with you, Max. And I want to take y'all back. I'm going to take y'all back in time, right? When I thought everything started clicking for Tom Brady in this offense last year. It was against Atlanta in the second half, right? They were down big at halftime. You know what Tom Brady figured out? He said, you know what? Why am I making this harder than what it is? I have Antonio Brown. I have Chris Godwin. I have Mike Evans. I had Gronk. I had Cam and Brake. Let me just pick the football up and just throw it to these guys and let these guys make plays. What did they do? They came back and won that football game. The following week against Detroit, Tom Brady was lights out. Everyone thinks it was that game. No, it was the second half of the Atlanta game the first time they played them. Then they play Atlanta in the last game of the year. Tom Brady was lights out. Then he goes on and win a Super Bowl. I think Tom Brady this year with an offseason, time to play with these guys, time to get timing down, time to just be around them and develop this cohesive unit. I think he can have one of the best seasons, even the season where they went undefeated before losing the Super Bowl, Max, because I can't count that season because they didn't win the Super Bowl.
If Tom Brady balls out like that, which, by the way, Dan, I thought Harry just brought up a great point, too, which is no preseason last year.
Right.
Like, nothing. Practice, like, you know, like guys couldn't practice and stuff. So with a whole other year under his belt and everybody returning, I'm not discounting the possibility. It would be foolish to.
Yeah, I look at it as the offensive line is everything to Tom Brady. It often has been, even at his age. Now, everyone constantly comes up to me and goes, well, why can Tom Brady play so well at his age? And I try to make people understand that Tom Brady started slowing down the hands of time 25 years ago. This wasn't something that happened over the last 10 years. This has been happening since he got into the NFL. And so whether he's 44 or 43, it doesn't matter. Guys, he threw for 50 touchdowns last year with the torn MCL. So with the offensive line attack, the 22 starters, Molly, to your point, is huge.
Yeah.
But for me, it's the 5 guys up front. If they had 17 starters back and all 5 new offensive linemen, I'd be super concerned. But the fact that the 5 guys up front are back, that kind of minimizes what Tom Brady's, I guess, weakness has always been, or his greatest weakness, which is pressure. They're going to keep him clean. And as long as the only thing that I thought could potentially be an issue for this football team this offseason was trying to get too cute. Thinking, well, we've got time. We've got an offseason, so maybe we will try to do more of the Bruce Arians stuff that we did at the first half of last season, that I would go on television and scream, stop doing that stuff. The only reason that Tom Brady's not going to have another remarkable year and not going to be in the MVP conversation and not flirt with another 50 touchdowns is if they get too cute. As long as they get out of their own way, he will ball.
You brought up Bruce Arians, and I'm glad you did. That was the final point for me. Bruce, I don't think, one thing about Bruce Arians, you got to give it up. That dude did not get in his own way. And if you look at every public proclamation he's made after games, it's uncanny. He has pushed the right button. Right. And if people want to say, oh, yeah, that's easy to do, really? Tom Brady gets to your team? What's your track record versus what Tom Brady's track record is? And called him out several times early in the season in front of everybody. You think any coach would do that? No, he knew, and I'm sure Brady understood. He's got to show the team everyone's accountable. But then remember the game in Chicago when Brady had the brain freeze, lost track of downs? That's when Coach got up there and lied for him, didn't he? He lied for him, a bald-faced lie. It was obvious he lied for him, and Brady saw that too. He's like, no, I don't think, and he covered for him. And every time he needs to push a button, just even this fight in training camp, right? What's Coach come out and say? Damn, I thought Gruden made too big a deal out of it. I thought Arians handled it perfectly. Dan, I don't think Bruce Arians is going to get in his own way. In fact, I think it's one of the reasons Brady could be poised to have his best season ever. It's possible.
Yeah.